everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. We're doing a review today on a foundation that I did talk about in a couple of videos and said that I would be doing a review on it, and here we are today. This is the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation. I don't even know if this is new to the collection. It's new to me and new to my Target location because I've never seen this before, and it kind of caught my eye. The bottle's very sleek. It's got this matte black and it kind of fades out so you can see the color of your foundation. It is $12.99, a little bit higher than most drugstore prices, but that's how Sonia Kashuk's line is. It is a little bit more expensive than your standard CoverGirl, L'Oreal, that kind of thing. So going back to the packaging, it is in this beautiful bottle. It's glass. I think, you know, you're paying $12.99. You do expect a little better packaging. And it has a pump, which is nice. So you remove the cap and you do get a very nice pump. I picked up the shade Vanilla, and actually I picked up two shades because I wasn't sure which one. I picked up Cream and Vanilla. Cream was just a little bit too dark, and this one suits me very well, actually. The range is limited as far as skin tone shades. You're gonna find that they lean a lot more to the medium to fair skin shades. There are only 6 in the range. That is definitely a negative in my mind. I can't stand when companies do that. I mean, I just don't understand why not. Why wouldn't you include everybody? I mean, I understand sometimes you can't have as many different tones, neutrals, you know, warmer or cooler tones, but at least bring out enough where you can kind of get that whole light, medium, and deep category. But anyways, I can go on forever about that topic, but let's get into the details and what this foundation claims to do. And actually, I do have my little cheat sheet in front of me, so I'll read right from that. It does claim to have an anti-aging formula. It's perfect for oily and combination skin types, medium to full coverage, shine-free and silky smooth, creamy yet lightweight. It does say that it delivers flawless looking skin with a matte but not flat finish. This foundation makeup is infused with Blue Lotus, Daisy Flower, and Mallow extracts to nourish, protect, and brighten dull skin. I definitely don't agree with the medium to full coverage. It is buildable. However, it almost starts off more of a lighter coverage, like a light to medium coverage, and you can build it up to medium. But I am not getting the full coverage part of this at all, and it is creamy. I'll do a little blob here. It is thick. As you can see, it hasn't really moved or run down my hand. It is very creamy and silky. I do like the texture of it a lot. I do have an oily T-zone and very normal to dry dehydrated on the rest of my face, and now that we're getting into the colder months, I definitely tend to be less oily and more dehydrated and a little bit dry. It is difficult for me to find one that I love so much, and this one, I'll kind of rate it right away. It kind of is a middle of the road foundation. I am enjoying it. I do like the way it looks. However, I find that it can get cakey if you take it too far. So that's why I have a hard time believing that you can build this up to a full coverage, just because it does get heavy on the skin. It is a you are wearing foundation kind of foundation, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's undetectable, but with a nice light layer, it can look very nice on the skin, very natural looking. But when you want to get that more medium, you know, heavier coverage, you are going to have to build it up, and that's where things kind of get very makeup-y. I do think that this is something that a lot of people might not like as far as scent. It is very potent, I think, because it has all those like flower extracts, but it smells like a lot of their other products, and I'm trying to think of which one, but I've smelled the scent before. But it is very perfumey. If you are sensitive to that, you may not like that. I don't find it irritates my skin. Sometimes the perfumes or whatever is being put in makeup products can actually make my skin feel itchy. This actually does not do that. So I can actually get past the scent. It's more if it makes me itchy, and it does not. So I kind of move past the scent. It doesn't linger. It's more when you're first putting it on, you're like, woo, that's perfume heavy. As far as the wear time, I find that it wears well on most of my face, but my nose, it always breaks up, and I've tried it with different primers, and I've tried it in different ways. Honestly, I do get that from a lot of foundations. It's very rare for me to find a foundation that doesn't break up around my nose because I'm constantly blowing my nose or I have a runny nose, that kind of thing. So I always get the wear around the nostrils. But this one is breaking up more on the sides of both my nose where oil is kind of mixing with it. And it does claim to be for more of an oily combination type person, a skin type. But I do find that I have a little trouble around my nose area and it kind of separates a little bit. So that is something just to be aware of if you are super oily, but because it has that like soft satin matte finish, it is nice because, you know, it doesn't make you shiny, but it isn't completely flat and matte. So if you do have some of those drier areas, it doesn't actually cling to them. It does over time, I find, sink in to like fine lines on my forehead, which is annoying. You know, if you have wrinkles or things like that, I do find it starts to settle into those fine lines throughout the day. But I can get past that. You can kind of just blend it in with your fingers and, you know, you'll be fine. I actually prefer using a sponge, a dampened sponge, whether it's a beauty blender, the Real Techniques one, because I don't know, I think it just spreads a lot better and I get a fuller coverage, which is kind of weird because usually you get fuller coverage with maybe a stipple brush or, you know, a more densely packed brush. But when I use a brush, I get too thin of an application. So I actually prefer a sponge. But overall, if I were giving it a rating, it's a good foundation. It really is a good foundation. Is it blowing my socks off? Is it, oh my gosh, this is my holy grail foundation? No, it's definitely not, but it is one to check out if you are looking for some of those claims. $12.99 is affordable in my opinion. You actually don't get quite a full ounce, which is a little weird. You get 0.88 fluid ounces in this, but this will last you a while. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think I covered all my points that I wanted to talk about with this foundation. Obviously, if I did forget something, I apologize. Definitely ask any questions down below. I'm happy to answer them. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Where is my favorite mascara? The Dose Max Lash Volume Mascara. It is so good. I don't